The alien girl couldn't escape him. He was her destiny. Zara pressed her back against the cold metal wall of the abandoned space station. Her violet eyes darted through the darkness, searching for any sign of movement the human had been hunting. Her for 3 days now, and she could feel him getting closer with each passing hour. She was Kalian, one of the most advanced species in the galaxy. Her people could read minds, bend light, and move faster than most creatures could think. But none of her abilities seemed to work properly around this particular human. There was something different about him, something that made her powers weak and unreliable. The station creaked around her as artificial gravity fluctuated. Zara had chosen this place to hide because it was supposed to be empty, but she should have known better. Humans had a way of showing up in the most unexpected places. Her name was Zara Veltara, and she was a scout for the Kalian Empire. Her mission had been simple: observe human military movements near the border worlds and report back. But everything had gone wrong when she encountered Lieutenant Jake Morrison. Jake was not like other humans she had studied. He was tall, with dark hair and intense blue eyes that seemed to see right through her mental shields. Most humans were easy to read, their thoughts scattered and unfocused, but Jake's mind was different. It was organized, disciplined, and completely closed to her telepathic abilities. 3 days ago, she had been watching a human military base from orbit when Jake's ship had appeared out of nowhere. He had tracked her somehow despite all her cloaking technology. When she tried to escape, he had followed her through 3 star systems, never losing her trail now. She was trapped on this dead station with nowhere left to run. Footsteps echoed through the corridor outside her hiding spot. Zara held her breath and tried to make herself invisible using her natural camouflage abilities, but she knew it would not work. Jake had already proven he could see through all her tricks. The door to her chamber slid open with a soft hiss. Jake Morrison stepped inside, his weapon lowered but ready. His eyes found her immediately, as if her hiding spot meant nothing. "Hello, Zara," he said calmly. "We need to talk." She materialized fully, knowing there was no point in hiding anymore. "How do you keep finding me, human? Your kind should not be able to track Kalian technology." Jake smiled, and it was not an unfriendly expression. "Your technology is impressive, but it has patterns. Everything has patterns if you know how to look for them." Zara studied his face, trying to read any emotion or intention. But his mind remained closed to her, a blank wall where she should have been able to see thoughts and feelings. This had never happened to her before. "What do you want from me?" she asked. "Information," Jake replied. "But more than that, I want to understand why the Kalian Empire is really watching us. Your people have been observing human colonies for months. We know you are planning something." "I will tell you nothing," Zara said, lifting her chin defiantly. Jake nodded, as if he had expected that answer. "I figured you would say that. But I also know something you do not know yet. And what is that, human?" "You cannot leave this system," Jake said simply. "Not because I am stopping you, but because you physically cannot. Your ship tried to jump to hyperspace 14 times in the last 3 days. Every time it failed." Zara's eyes widened. She had assumed her ship's problems were due to battle damage from their chase. But Jake's words sent ice through her veins. "That is impossible," she whispered. "Is it?" Jake moved closer, and Zara noticed something strange. Her natural, defensive instincts were not activating. Usually, when any creature came too close, her body would tense, ready to fight or flee. But with Jake, she felt almost calm. "There is something happening here that neither of us fully understands," Jake continued. "Your people and mine, we are connected somehow. The scientists call it quantum entanglement on a biological level." Zara shook her head. "Kalians do not bond with other species. It is forbidden by our biology." "Maybe it was forbidden before," Jake said, "but evolution does not ask permission." As he spoke, Zara realized something terrifying. She could feel Jake's emotions now, not through telepathy, but through something deeper. It was as if part of her consciousness was linked directly to his. She could sense his determination, his curiosity, and underneath it all something that made her heart race. "This cannot be happening," she said, backing away from him. But Jake followed, matching her step for step. "I have been feeling it too ever since I first detected your ship. 3 days ago, I was just another pilot following orders. Now I can sense when you are afraid, when you are thinking about running, when you are confused about what is happening between us." Zara's back hit the wall again. She was trapped not just in this room, but in something much larger and more frightening. "My people will come looking for me." "Will they?" Jake asked. "Or will they assume you died in some human trap? Your mission was supposed to be secret, right?" "No. Backup, no support, just you and your ship." She knew he was right. The Kalian Empire did not send rescue missions for lost scouts. They considered it an acceptable loss. "What do you want from me?" she asked again. But this time her voice was softer. Jake stopped just an arm's length away. "I want to understand what is happening to us. I want to know why my ship's computers keep calculating impossible probability curves whenever you are near. I want to know why I dream about places I have never been, and people I have never met," Zara gasped. "You have been having the dreams too. Purple skies," Jake said. "Cities that float in the clouds, a woman with violet eyes who knows my name before I speak it. And I dream of blue skies and silver buildings." Zara whispered, "A man who can find me anywhere, who makes me feel safe even when I should be terrified." They stared at each other in the dim light of the abandoned station, both of them beginning to understand that something far beyond their control was happening. "The scientists back on Earth have a theory," Jake said. "They think consciousness might be quantum in nature, that under the right conditions, two minds can become entangled just like particles." "And what would cause such conditions?" Zara asked, though she suspected she already knew the answer. "Proximity at the moment of a supernova," Jake replied. 3 days ago, when I first detected your ship, we were both in the outer edge of the Vega system. The star went supernova 6 minutes later." Zara remembered that blinding flash of light. She had been focused on evading Jake's pursuit and had not realized the significance of their location. "So we are linked now," she said, "permanently." "It appears so." Jake nodded. "Which means we have a choice. We can keep running from each other, keep fighting, keep pretending this is not happening, or we can work together to figure out what it means." Zara considered her options. She could try to escape again, but where could she go if Jake was right? If they were truly quantum entangled, then distance would not matter. She would always be connected to him. And there was something else, something she did not want to admit even to herself. Being near Jake felt right in a way that defied all logic and training. "If I agree to work with you," she said carefully, "what would that mean for my people? Your people, would we be traitors to both sides?" Jake smiled again. "Maybe we would be something new entirely, the first of our kinds to choose cooperation over conflict." "The Kalian Empire does not negotiate with humans," Zara said, "and Earth Command considers all aliens potential threats," Jake replied. "But maybe it is time for both sides to evolve." Zara looked into Jake's blue eyes and felt that strange calm settling over her again. She realized that for the first time in 3 days she was not afraid. She was curious, excited even about what might come next. "My ship is damaged," she said finally. "If we are going to do this, I will need help repairing it." Jake's smile widened. "I know a place where we can work without being detected by either of our governments. It will give us time to figure this out properly. And if we cannot figure it out, if this quantum entanglement proves to be permanent, then I guess we learn to live with being the most unusual partnership in the galaxy," Jake said. Zara found herself almost smiling. "You realize this is impossible by all known laws of biology and physics. Humans have a saying." Jake replied, "The impossible just takes a little longer." As they left the abandoned station together, Zara realized that her mission had failed completely. She had been sent to spy on humans and instead had become connected to one in the most intimate way possible. But perhaps that was not failure at all. Perhaps it was evolution. Jake was right about one thing. They were something new. The first of their kinds to choose connection over conflict, trust over fear. The universe was vast and full of wonders, but this strange bond between them might be the most remarkable discovery of all, as their ships flew side by side toward an uncertain future. Zara felt something she had never experienced before. Hope not just for herself but for both their peoples. The alien girl could not escape him because he was indeed her destiny, but maybe that was not a trap at all. Maybe it was freedom.